Hey, buddy. If I knew things were gonna end up like this, would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase death, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. Really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, I'm sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there, within my grasp, within my fingers. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. It just had to happen. Yeah, it did. Because he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you've got, Mr. Ghost. The guy mentioned revenge. So that begs the question. What happened? He's a fool. He's the one that made the decision to take the little girl hostage and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. What about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you! Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner. Lynn, the girls playing in the park, and finally you, Cabanella. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes. 10 years ago on that day, the SIU was working on a certain big case. We hauled on a young man, an important witness to our investigation, and then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the SIU can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the SIU. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me, and I wanted to impress them. But I was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement. I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. Then I made another one on top of it. Cabanella, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. Oh Christ! How could you do that? You used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. In order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live concert broadcast. And the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Why'd you accent man? Don't ask. It's two inmates of the special prison, huh? We kept tabs on the communications and then launched an investigation. Then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving the country tonight, on a submarine that belongs to the other country in the deal. submarine. We haven't been able to find out where it's going to the surface. It's terrifying to think that what happened, his powers would fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage, Camila. We have to stop them now before he leaves the country. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby! In some ways it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, huh? You're crazy. I know! After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the SIU. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record that much? Of course! Why else, baby? Did you think I was a bad guy? I just never could believe it, man. Zhao shooting Alma? I didn't care that he confessed. I didn't give a fuck. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. I took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Zhao is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I don't understand. If you're so determined to help Zhao, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime, not prison. Prison. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know? As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him to the Justice Minister, too. I need to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, huh? Makes sense why he'd be there. There's one little unfortunate result of all this. Link completely misunderstood your intentions. Huh, what a little misunderstanding. My baby will come around, give it time. There are more important things to do with our time tonight. What now? I guess talking to Pigeon Guy? Pigeon Guy? Pigeon Guy it is. So, Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be a part of the police. Police, huh? As a detective, I was a medical examiner. I examined victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. The corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you, recovering your memory and finding your true identity as well. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, alright, no question about it. There wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought it was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform it. What do you mean you couldn't perform it? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went. No scarring or blood. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery either. That's because the corpse went up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen the body. There's only one way it could have. And what's that? At this point, the obvious answer gets up and walks out. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on the stove. The corpse left behind some data for some testing I did. Got some range for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation. I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Could it be? That's right, it was coming from the meteorite fragment Temsik. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. Just as I expected, I had detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and that manipulator case thanks to the arrival of a crazy character over there. Oh, stop now, Professor! Do you want to see me blush? Go away. It was about a year ago, I'd say. The man in white came dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball who's researching Temsik. Is that you, baby? What in the fuck? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then. Then I heard there was a man who quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. I wish it would eventually. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on the manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet. But we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this. The source of my power is not of this world. And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Temsik were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camila. Which also explains why he did it anyway, wanted revenge against Jowd. Also why he did it to Lynn. Yeah, it's all coming together. He cheated. So that contraption in the basement, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the evidence. There's just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camila told Jowd it and something it shouldn't have made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated. But a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must have meant someone manipulated Camila's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves the manipulator actually existed.
What the fuck happened?
Hey, baby! Call a doctor! Sorry about the phone call. It must sound like a real villain. Hate to spoil your image of me. That cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him?
Inspector Caminella, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Jowd.
Oh my god, my voice is too dead for you. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved.
That's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it?
Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him, but my body gave out on me at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. But a joke's a joke. You might as well laugh. Why not? Jowd!
The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow.
That was a pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry it took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around, then you swoop in at the last second.
Jowd.
5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. Yeah!
I've been waiting so long for this. I've got the strangest boner. Waiting for this day to come.
Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. I'm off then. Good luck, old friend. This present you gave me, just what I needed. Thanks. Glad you liked it.
Cecil, what's up?
No, I'm here. What?
You have to go find the guy. I need your help. Will you do it with me?
Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is and the phone line doesn't work.
They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Did you wait here?
Ah, fine. I'll hang out with Cabby.
This true self you're looking for? I bet you'll find it soon. Not too many more episodes till you find it.
I know.
Shimango like him, one love.
Liam! It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Boobies! Welcome back. Chapter 16. Let's do it. Lynn kept her promise by getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang. Ugh. I hate phone calls. Oh wait, this one's important. Hello? This is Jowd. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting. Are you ready, guys? We're entering endgame. Yeah, you know. We traced it back to the villain's hideout, the second place we ever got, or the first trace we've ever done. Well, you better get going. This long night is drawing to an end. Yeah, looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight, pigeon guy. I'm the one who should be thanking you. The other end of the phone line, I'm finally gonna find all my answers. Let's do it! Whoop whoop! A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel. But that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. And I just reached the center of the web. Here we are in a giant submarine. Or medium-sized, it depends. Welcome to the Yanoa, Detective Jowd. My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark. That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jowd. I used your phone, hope you don't mind. What the? Egad, never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate. And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation, a sub, huh? But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew whether Yanoa was going to Sith, as confound it. We detectives have a little say. If there's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals. The bullet the man in red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it. Are you kidding me? I have a little something for you. Cabanella has given me some pretty weird presents in the past. They always prove useful. This one's a radio receiver made to look like a pocket watch. I can't believe the amount of forethought. Christ. Yes, Inspector Cabanella, I heard he's an excellent investigator. Where's the man in red? I know he's on the sub somewhere. Ah, Sissel, you mean? What the? You can relax, that's nothing but a shell. His shell? His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely right about now, he's controlling your daughter. Please, I beg of you, let her go. If you need a hostage, take me. I have better hair and a beard. Bah! I prefer the anime girls. There's something our nation needs and Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining ship. Bargaining ship? Ah! You almost touched my balls! Our nation has already researched it. The product Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers. What the? Holy crap, you pierced him. And you took the meteorite. Jowd, you gonna get... Never mind. What? What in the world just happened? The Temsik fragment, it gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded as far as we're concerned. What are you talking about? What a mistake to make right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jowd. Farewell. What-ta. Goodbye. What? The fuck? What the hell? What the hell? What now? I think I heard an explosion. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere, and I smell danger, and it's hard to do that. I'm a fucking ghost. Great, so Jowd has been ejected some... Huh? So you're here, huh? It's Missile! Yes! I think even I remember... I'm gonna break my audio every time I talk as Missile. Oh, man. What do you suppose that shock was? I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog. What's with my loss of memory? I can't say much either. Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Camilla. Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out? I'm sorry to say I don't think it can. Why did I even bother to ask? I don't know why. But you do have the power to swap objects, so let's go find the lady detective and little lady together. You got it! Crap. Sorry about that, guys. My audio setup for the DS is kinda finicky. Wow! It's Miss Camilla, I just know it. My trusty nose is practically screaming at me. I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Let's go get that phone before it stops ringing. You bet! I'm gonna try and see if I can cut those parts where the audio booms, though. Knowing how lazy I am in editing, even though this is a real nice setup, remains to be seen. Hey, Missile! Yep! Can you give me some help here? I got an idea for you. What-ta! Missile! I know! Shut up! I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. I got a bad feeling about this. Sissel, look! That black hello. It came off the hook. Uh-oh, I better... Did you just call it the black hello? Well, that's what the people say when they go to it. Oh my god, Missile. Is anyone there? It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you?
Someone, please answer.
I guess she can't hear my voice. You too, huh? Oh, good. I thought she was ignoring me.
Someone help.
She said Lynn. Miss Lynn! We better hurry. Let's go, Sissel. Oh, for fuck's sake! Lynn! What do you do to me?
It's no use, no one's answering.
Oh, Lynn, that's number 5. You fucking bitch. Miss Camilla! And Miss Lynn! Oh, poor Miss Lynn. Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. Looks like another tragedy's happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady.
Sissy, I knew you'd come.
Miss Camilla!
And Missile too, and glad to see you're alright, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm alright.
Hey, wait a minute. Your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere.
My voice! That's right, Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missile's voice before when he saved her that one time.
So that was you, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park? Thank you.
Miss Camilla, I'm so glad I was born, your little doggy. Missile? Could you stay here and watch over your mistress? Huh? But don't you need my powers? I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her. Okay, I'll do it!
Thank you, Missile.
Meanwhile, I have to deal with... I gotta deal with you. Alright, lady. Allow me to turn this goddamn wheel. And I swear to God, you better not have jokes for me.
Oh, Cecil, you're here. You're a little late.
What the fuck, Lynn?
I don't know!
What? What do you mean you don't know?
Where's Joud? Is he alright?
I have no idea.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? The room disappeared.
Now it's making less sense than before. After we left the Super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter. The man in red took a boat out to sea in a small harbor. Joud and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat. Then we sneaked onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. Orlong and submarine dove back down. Joud and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line and I'd look for Camilla. I found her hiding there. She had escaped. KZ's voice can't hold this voice for much longer.
Wow, that's quite an adventure. What happened next?
I don't know.
Of course you don't.
A flash of white, then I'm dead.
I thought you said blacked out, and that's flash of white. Make up your mind.
Well, it was a crossfade of purple.
Shut up. Sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself. Alright, 4:22 a.m. The engine room.
Camille, are you okay? Come on. Wake up, lady.
What?!
Camila?
Hello, Lynn. Or is it detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met.
When did your voice change like that? Are you that man from 10 years ago?
Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself.
Give Camila back! She has nothing to do with this!
Afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance.
The phone is ringing.
It's not for me. Nobody ever calls the dead.
This is awkward as hell!
I know! The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed.
Revenge plan?
It didn't happen tonight, did it? His execution.
Well...
Knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter?
I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry about what happened to you. But revenge? Really?
Nobody could possibly know what I've...
What in the world? An explosion?
I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had?
Look